As always, my little disclaimer, these are just my opinions. Other recruiters may have different opinions. In no way does using these tips and techniques guarantee you will receive a job offer. I always tell my candidates, you're the quarterback on the field. You make the call. These are just my opinions. They do not guarantee you will get the job, but they may help. Video interviews. We've been moving in this direction for a long time. For several years now, I've seen clients beginning to use video interviews as part of their process. Typically in the past, what I've seen is pre-recorded videos. So it's exactly what it sounds like. In a pre-recorded video, a client will send out a little link. You click on the link, and then they'll ask you something like 4 questions. And typically they'll give you about 3 minutes to answer each of the questions. And a lot of times, if you mess up on the first try, you can re-record for a second try, which puts a lot of pressure on you for the second try. So you want to try to get it correct the first time. So pre-recorded videos are just that. They're pre-recorded. The question scrolls across your screen. You answer it, and that's basically what you do. Obviously, the live ones are different. Now we have the technology that a lot of interviews, because of COVID-19, are being conducted over the internet live with the hiring manager. And in that case, obviously, there is no recording. You are simply talking live to the manager and going through what you would typically go through with a face-to-face interview. All right, so I'll share some ideas as far as best practices when doing video interviews on the next slide. These video interview tips really apply to both live and pre-recorded videos. First of all, dress professionally, just like you were if you were in a face-to-face interview. Had a client one time was doing a interview with a sales manager. They wanted a regional manager position. They were filling a position for a manager hiring other managers. On his behalf, to his credit, he decided to do the interview on vacation. He was down in Florida and he did the video interview. It was a pre-recorded video on the beach in a Hawaiian shirt. That didn't go over well. So you can never be too conservative. Throw on a shirt and tie or a nice blouse or whatever it is that you would wear to the office and dress professionally. Make sure the background is not too distracting. If you look at my background right now, I have a few awards, a couple of pictures that mean something to me that are interesting conversation pieces if I'm having a live interview. But my old background before this was a fish tank with a bunch of lizards in it running around, which were distracting, and people were always asking me what's going on in the tank. The other thing is things like pets. Right now I've got 2 Siamese cats walking around. You can't see them or hear them, but if you have a dog or a cat that likes to climb up in your lap when you are doing interviews, that may be distracting to you, and it may be distracting to people on the other side of the computer. Also, if you have children, you might want to have somebody watch them for the few minutes that you are doing your interview. Keep that in mind. Don't watch yourself on the screen. Look at the camera. Make sure the lighting is correct. Maintain high energy and enthusiasm throughout the interview. Personality and charisma are very important to some clients. John Madden and Jim Cramer would do very well with the video interviews. So a lot of times on video interviews, it's difficult to convey the amount of enthusiasm and charisma you bring to the table. So you're going to have to overcompensate for that a little bit if you can. It might be worth it to have someone stand behind your computer to remind you to keep your energy up. You have a newfound respect for professional actors and what they have to do. Take some steps to get your energy level up. My suggestions would be coffee, an energy drink, or work on whatever gets you going. A little exercise, maybe go for a run, whatever's going to get you jazzed up and ready to go, get you charismatic, and get you ready and excited so that people want to hire you. All right, I've probably not done a great job with that in these videos, but it is what it is. All right. Obviously, each company conducts video interviews differently, and the two pre-recorded videos that I've done, I received 60 seconds to read the questions and prepare my answer. Then I had 3 minutes to answer each question. Keep your answers concise and on point. Most good answers will not take the full 3 minutes. If you're going the full 3 minutes on your answers, you're probably in some trouble. It means you're talking too much, probably. They're looking for somebody who's concise, on point, makes their points, and has charisma, and dresses professionally and is professional enough to make sure that they have set aside some time and done some recording where there are no distractions. The interviewers are probably looking for well-spoken, concise answers delivered by a professionally dressed candidate with charisma and energy. If you can convey that last paragraph there, you've done pretty well in your video interview. I hope this helps. If you have questions, shoot me an email or drop me a note in the comment section. A couple final notes on video interviews. Don't treat it as a checkbox. A lot of people with the pre-recorded videos will treat them as a checkbox, and if it's part of the hiring process, consider it important, and it's going to be an important part of the hiring process. We have some clients where the majority of our candidates fall off during the pre-recorded video interview. So it's very, very important to treat it just like you would a live interview or a phone screen or any other interview that you prepare for and take seriously. So it's an important part of the process, and don't treat it as a checkbox because, like I said, I have several clients where the pre-recorded video is where the largest number of candidates fall off. So it's important that you take it seriously. The second is with live interviews that with COVID and our technology now, they are taking the place of a lot of face-to-face interviews. So be prepared to answer the typical questions you would see in a face-to-face interview. So you might want to go to my website and brush up on those types of questions that you might get in a face-to-face interview, because you very well might get them in a live video interview. All right, if you have any questions, shoot me an email or drop me a message. Hey, hopefully you liked the video. The only thing I'm going to ask from you is that if you liked the video or learned anything from it, please click the like button and potentially subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd like to get this information out there. Feel free to share it with friends or whoever you want to share it with. I think this video should help a number of people. Finally, when you land that awesome pharmaceutical or medical device sales job, post a message. Keep me informed. Let me know. I've already gotten some positive feedback from people who've watched the video, and there's only a few people who've watched it so far. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Good luck in your job search, and let me know which tips helped you the most. Thanks. It's nice meeting you.